Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Emmanuel.
No.
Yes, please. Awesome sauce. Oh my gosh, why am I so nervous?
That's the thing. That's why with these kind of things, I like it to be very spontaneous because I feel like you're one of those people that
I would have been thinking about it the entire week.
Exactly. Oh my god. That is the start, though.
Yeah. So this is good.
Yeah, podcast is supposed to be
Podcast. Hey, please, dear. Don't embarrass our family.
Oh, it's a podcast. It's a cast. That's the real English podcast.
No, have you noticed that there are those Nigerian people that want to try so hard?
Mm-hmm.
There's always R somewhere. There are a few people I can
Learn.
that right there. Like, what spirit of Bobrisky is that?
There's certain things that
Have we started?
I don't know, have we?
Hello, welcome to.
No.
Should I welcome myself?
No, but that's exactly what I was just about to say or basically address.
Yeah.
There's certain things that don't need introductions. Certain
Excuse
things.
me,
Can you let me finish my speech? Oh my god. No, but there's certain things that in itself that doesn't need introduction.
Yeah.
The thing itself is the introduction.
Where you have become Jeff Bezos and you have become $10, that is when you talk like that.
Oh my god. Anyways, welcome to what podcast is this gonna say? Chairman's podcast.
I love.
I was waiting for that.
Wow. Hello. Oh, Meleme.
I'm crying.
Don't leave me hanging. Live. Going.
Was it? Oh man. Now this is a podcast that I decided to start. I think this has been so heavy on my mind. Like I don't know if you watched my last video. I decided to, what I was talking about, the idea of wanting to start a podcast and my fears, not really fears, I'll say more of restraints and concerns that I had going into it or starting it or thinking about starting it. And I was talking to a friend the other day and she was like, just start it, just do it, do it, you know, because I think with these kind of things, especially with this way of creating content, it's one that you cannot fake. You know, there's a lot of, like, when it comes to content creating, there's a lot of different niches
Behind the scenes.
different niches that people create for themselves.
Yeah.
But for this one, it only sells if it's authentic.
You either have it or you don't.
See, exactly. So like, even with the people that I have lined up for this season, speaking of, yes, it's going to be seasonal. Yeah, I made sure that these are people I can sit down and have conversations with.
Can we just
for time
address the fact that
I was gonna.
Wow.
Can you give me patience?
Hello.
Hello. But yeah, you know, I was telling you the other day, like, I didn't see myself starting the podcast with anybody other than you. Like, I feel like it would be a great way to start the podcast, especially the last video we did.
I mean, I can't cry, so don't.
Anyways, but now when I did the last the last video we did, was it 2 years ago? It was 2 years ago, wow. 2020. Yeah, people. I think people responded really well.
Very well.
Yeah, more than I could expect. But
I had people reaching out to me.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I think you sent me some screenshots. But this is nerve-wracking. But then again, it's like,
I'm so proud of you.
I am proud of me too. Thank you. But I'm really, really excited to start this. But yes, this will be seasonal. This will be a seasonal podcast, and it will. The way I was thinking about doing it, I don't know. Like I said, there's certain things that don't need introduction. Just let it flow.
Yeah.
You know. So I think the way I have it in mind now is to start it seasonal, because I'm still creating other content on YouTube, like my lifestyle. There's other stuff that I'm trying to incorporate into my channel. So this will be seasonal. This will have seasons, and every season I'll try my best to make it better, you know, setup wise, you know, content wise.
Let me just say something to that end of being scared to start something. I feel like to know that your dream is big and worth it, there's a little bit of fear. I mean, you wouldn't be afraid. You're not afraid of 2 + 2 because you already know it's 4, right? You're afraid of something that you know has capacity to grow and capacity to be bigger than you.
And sorry to add to that, that's very, very sweet. Things that have capacity to grow, you're scared of them. Also because those things are also fragile. You know what I mean?
And push you out of your comfort zone.
They do, yeah. Absolutely. Because I think one of the things I was scared about was actually seeing this part of my content creating through. Because, you know, I'm working now. I think I told you how work is going.
Right.
How, like, I'm legitimately being worked like crazy, if for lack of better words. So like finding the time, like I come back from work and all I need to do is just to crash. I don't have time to edit nothing. I don't have time to film nothing. So I think that was one of the fears, like, okay, this is something I actually have to put effort into.
Absolutely.
You know, I guess I can't half-ass this one. You know. So you're right.
Yeah. And the good thing, that's why I really love the advice your friend gave you. Just start. That's something I should take as well, because for a while I've wanted to go into content creating too. So this is great. Like, this gives me a feel of, how will I feel in front of the camera? But even with my career and me venturing into medicine and the answer all the time, and my friend too told me, and he said, just go for it. Just start. You already have it in you. Just do it. And the good thing about putting your heart into these things is that as you continue to do it, you'll get better. I remember your first YouTube video, and now we're in Chairman's space.
You get me,
like, come on.
No, I was actually thinking about that a couple of days ago. I was like, yo, my first video was the worst video I've ever created. You know?
I remember when we used to go behind those train tracks. Remember, in Hyde Park area? Behind the train to go take pictures and content.
I remember that.
The trash everywhere. Like, people don't know this behind the scenes.
And I think that's so good, because, you know, before I even got into content creating, like before I even got into, you know, it's some form of entrepreneurship, right? Yeah. So, like, you see people creating content like this, and it's like,
hello, if that pencil that pencil is
I was like, she's probably not gonna see anything. It's borrow, it's not fine. But no, anyways, yeah, it's like, you know, when you see people creating stuff like this, you are absolutely 100% oblivious to everything that goes on behind the scenes to get to that finished product. You know, I got to a point where, you know, setting up and all of that, I would like record videos just like BTS on social media. And I think one day, this was 2020, one day I was setting up to record with my friends, and I was recording behind the scenes. I was like, this is actually what it takes for me to get a video up. And I was like drained with sweat.
Yeah.
And one of my friends reposted the video and was like, Omo, you should go watch Ezra's video. The amount of time it takes into, you know, putting these things together.
And people don't know that you started with photography. So you would take these pictures, try to edit on your own, post it on your Instagram page, reach out to photographers, do work with them. People don't, like, when they see this space, progress. A lot of things have led up to this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think the good thing that people can take away from that is that you just got to keep working, because the truth of the matter is the stress and the progress, the process will in the future turn into history. Yeah. Sooner and faster than you can imagine. Like that struggle that you're going through to get through, to break through from that thing that you're doing, it's only in a matter of time it's going to become history.
Yeah, you'll reap if you think not.
Exactly. It won't be your reality for so long.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing.
But it's not easy though. So
I'll tell you that.
It's not easy.
I'll tell you that
because it's not an easy road.
So Sonia. But anyways, just a quick FYI, this podcast will be visualized. Some of you guys that are seeing on YouTube right now, it would also be on. Why now? Why? Oh God! It's going to be on some audio files like Apple Music.
Hello.
SoundCloud.
We're gonna be on Apple,
etc. So, I'll try my best to put the links and informations in the description box for you guys to have access to those, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of y'all that love to listen to podcasts on your way to work, on your way back from work, while you're cleaning, and etc. So keep that in mind.
Stay tuned.
Growing up Nigerian. When you hear the word growing up and you hear Nigerian, what comes to mind? Wow,
a lot of things. First and foremost, the first thing that comes to mind is I need to misbehave a little bit. There needs to be a jingle.
There needs to be a switch.
Yeah. Growing up Nigerian, I'm gonna switch the accent now because
no, absolutely. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to say. So this kind of podcast is Ezra having conversations with the people that he's close with and people that he can jive with. You know, so the accent is going to be, fluctuating up and down. You hear a little bit English, you hear a little bit of Nigerian, American. So whichever one you can catch, my brother and
I
my
love
sister.
How, as you were saying the different accents, you were switching.
I'm like that.
Yeah. Oh, please.
Oh, man.
Yes. Okay, growing up Nigerian, what comes to mind? Wow, a roller coaster of things. Upbringing, background, family, foundation, great music. Another thing, I hope your viewers know by now, we're musicians in our family.
If you guys don't know.
I'm his sister.
I'm crying.
Do you want to throw that part in, or when
that you're my sister?
Yeah.
I didn't know you by now. No.
Well, this is a new platform. A lot of your podcasts.
It's the same platform. Right?
I didn't know. There was no R factor. Funny thing is, right?
Wait, did we record that first part?
I hope just, so. Yes, you said it has been. He's gonna insert. Oh man. I'm ashamed of myself.
Don't play tough now. No. You messed up. You are the people you talk about.
There is me. I is them.
I'm crying.
All right. So if you don't know by now, I am his sister. I will leave it to him to tell you whether I'm his older sister or younger sister.
Younger.
Yeah. You want to believe that lie?
I mean, it's obvious.
Is it?
I feel like when it comes to siblingship, no matter how big you are, like you always look smaller around your siblings.
No matter how tall you get.
No matter how big, like I feel like there's this like energy whenever you're around your siblings, like your older siblings, especially if you grew up like, and if you're Nigerian and you grew up the way most Nigerians grow up.
Absolutely.
There's no way you won't like be, if you're the baby, you will forever be a baby around your siblings. You know what I mean?
Even when you mature and have your own family and career. I think it's just a safety net thing. You just feel yourself around your people.
But what's safety net?
Safety net is when you're around the people that know you the most. It's like think of a fishing net.
You know what's funny? Every time we talk, like there's always a new word you throw at me. That's actually so true.
You.
It's not a compliment. It's just
it is. I'm proud of my save.
Oh, I'm crying.
Yeah. So when I think about Nigeria, I think about foundation. I think that being Nigerian has shaped me. It's my identity. I think about identity, and I feel sorry sometimes for people who try to distance or detach themselves from, their roots and their upbringing, because no matter how far you run, it's part of you. And I've embraced it through and through. So I think about music, even in my music life or my music career, it has... You can see those fusions.
Those touches.
And I'm a huge Yoruba lover. So I feel like I'm the best of both worlds. I'm very 100% Yoruba, very 100% Igbo, or Igbo.
So P.S. Just disclaimer for everybody. Like, the Yoruba learning and infusion into the culture came from staying in the central, would we call it the central part of Nigeria? Or
yes.
Capital of Nigeria.
Hey, wait.
No, I'm just asking.
Father.
Anyway,
the capital
sorry,
of Nigeria. Let your brain recalibrate.
Is Abuja now?
Thank you.
That's what I said.
Yeah. But we lived in Lagos.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So where were you going with that?
Nigeria was Abuja.
Yes, but it was Lagos at some point. So
I wasn't so wrong.
Nothing.
But yeah, no. So yeah, the central part of Nigeria, one of the biggest cities, Lagos. So we grew up there. I think that's another thing that I feel like a lot of people haven't really gone an insight on.
Yeah.
So we were born here in the U.S.
Yes.
Actually, I'll let you speak on this. I've talked about this so much with people, so I'll let you speak on this.
Okay, so
like where we were born, where we grew up, just a quick spiel.
Sometimes, disclaimer, when people ask us, where are you from? I always say long answer or short answer, because brace yourself. So we were born in the U.S., my siblings and I. And then when we were very, very young, I think I was about 2 or 2.5, and you were just a couple of months old. 9 months old. Yeah. And Jerry, we were shipped back.
I actually use that word a lot.
My mom, they wanted us to have authentic
upbringing,
culture. Yes. And so we went back to Nigeria, and we grew up in Lagos. So our formative years were spent in Lagos. I want those of you in Shomolu, Akpata area, that's where we grew up for a long time. Number 44 or 42.
Wow.
44 Akpata Street, Shomolu, Lagos. Thank you very much. Thank you to my brain.
Wow.
Yes.
Till tomorrow, I don't remember the address.
Oh, yes. I still see the green roof, white building.
Oh, yeah, the green roof.
Oh, yes.
The see-through plastic one.
See-through,
wow.
Yeah. 44 Akpata Street. So all of you that live there, much love to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the noise at 5 a.m.
Yatawa, anywhere you are, please. 6 a.m. every morning. Tawa. And then right after that goes off, she would pull out the machine that she uses to grind tomatoes.
Wow.
Like clockwork.
That's the woman right across from us.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Your memory is mad.
Sometimes I don't remember some things, but those ones.
When I tell you, I didn't even remember our address in Apata the moment we left. That was it. I forgot it. Wow.
Yeah.
But I was not
you were
very
young,
but I was young.
Yeah.
Fairly
and
young.
So for you, and which is the next place we went to, Egbeda, I want Temi. Thanks. That's where I feel like yours started.
Yes. So in a nutshell, we were born here, and then for me 9 months, you 2 years. We went back to Nigeria, and I was here till 2013 and came back.
You were there?
No, I was there till 2013, and came back. Came back 2013, October, November, one of those
And I
months.
was there till 2011 and came back.
Was it 11?
October 27th.
Jehovah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. For some reason, I thought it was 2012.
No.
11. And you came to, they put you in junior in 11th grade, right? Yeah. She was put back in 11th grade. I think I was technically, I won't say I was done. I was almost done. I was like,
yeah. So to
grade.
that end, the American system here, for public school learning in Boston, thought that we were too young. So for me, I was already done with secondary school or high school, and was ready to go to college. Only for me to get here, and they said, "Madam, you are too young. We don't think that you'll have," which I think was quite discriminatory, but that's another conversation. So my dad said, absolutely not. I think my baby is very capable. Give her an exam. Well, they wanted to take me back to 9th grade.
Right. Was it 9th or 10th?
9th.
But I think there was something about you going to 12th as well. But
yeah, so,
you placed. Correct me if I'm wrong. No. You placed for 12th, but they pushed you to 11th because of
they said
finance.
Exactly. So they said to actually not finance because public school is for free.
No, I mean like going beyond public school. So like getting scholarships.
Oh, scholarships. Yeah.
Right?
So there were a lot of different factors. Great job. So they wanted me to. The compromise was take an exam. If I do well, I'll go to 12th grade. I did. They expected that I would finish the exam in like 2 hours. I think I was done in less than 30 minutes or even lesser. And she was like, "Are you sure? Go back." I'm like, "Sis, we were doing this in Nigeria in 8th grade. Run me my credits, please." I hope that's correct. Okay. And so she said, "Okay, let me level with you. You want to set yourself up as much as possible for scholarships and all. So, and also to integrate in the system, because it is going to be a culture shock, which it was. So, honestly, I wouldn't trade my experience. So I went back to 11th grade and slept through class because I knew every single thing they were teaching. But
oh man, that is so good. I think the only question I would ask is because I don't think we ever got to chat about your experience like that. First off, we both went to the same high school.
Oh yeah.
And I think for me, I'm about to say something.
At the same time?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah, you were like two
I
years.
Was done.
Yeah,
okay.
2 years or two years ahead of me, I believe. But 2, 3. No, it's like 4, something like that.
Hey.
But it was far. It was very far.
I think no, by far.
No, it was 4 actually. Yeah, because I started back in 9th grade and you just left. Excuse me, you're not anymore. But wow. Yes, I've always wanted to ask you this. That's your camera, by the way. Keep looking there. But anyways, do you feel like you missed out on anything when you came? Because the only reason I'm asking is because when it comes to high school here, there's 4 years, right? And if you came in, joined your classmates at 11th grade, right? These guys have already been there for 2 more years, right? 2 extra years, and they have some type of experience with each other. They have some type of experience with the school, the education level, which is high school, and there's a lot of things going around that you are oblivious to. I know for a fact that was me in 9th grade. Excuse me. So do you feel like you missed out on anything? Do you feel like at some point you wish that you came earlier, or that you were just missing out?
Wow, I don't know why this conversation is making me a bit emotional. As you're talking, it's like I've never had this in-depth conversation before. I'll give you
tissue, but I don't think we have tissue.
And all of a sudden, whoo. So, excuse me, I don't know. Wow. If there are any psychologists, therapists, maybe explain to me in the comment section why I'm getting this emotional. But
I think
absolutely.
It's just reliving an emotion you've never actually addressed.
It was really hard. Wow. It was. So, first of all, the first thing I was feeling was I am so much more capable than being in this grade. I felt cheated that a lot of my mates in Nigeria had already had, they have that head start. So, being pushed back to that grade, and like I said, I was exaggerating when I said I slept through class, but I would sit there and be have in my head doing the work. I remember one of my best grades in chemistry was 113 over 100 because the teacher, she didn't even know what else. She's like,
"Oh yeah, Miss Saxina."
Miss Saxina. Yes,
I
she
hated
was
that woman at
amazing.
first.
But she's great.
Yeah, she's alright.
She's great. I think a lot of people, foreign teachers, people that come outside of the U.S. also feel like the education here is slower in high school. In college,
sure.
it picks up.
Yeah,
but in high school, it almost feels like it's dumbed down for the students. They pet them. While in Nigeria, we are memorizing the entire textbook.
But then I feel like, sorry to cut you off, I feel like that's probably just public school. Because, when you go into college.
Yeah, that's why I said in college, it picks up.
No, I said public school. Don't you think it's just public high school?
No, I think it's the same. I've seen the curriculum in chartered schools. I'm not really sure for private school. I'm not sure. But for chartered, I've seen students, what they learn. Yeah. And I'm like, kids in Nigeria will do this.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, I think the only reason why I'm saying this because I had a shock when I started college as well. Because, and also this is something else I was
trying to know that I'm not answered the question. I know that's
I was like, I have a lot to say, but sure, go ahead.
Yeah, as I was saying, yeah. So it was a lot. I felt like I had lost those 2 years from my peers in Nigeria, but also here because I noticed how very close knit all the students were. Right. So for a lot of people, I was bullied all throughout 11th grade.
Same.
My bully and I were, my bully and I like.
You are buddies.
We're buddies now.
My
to
buddy
be honest, we're friends now.
Yeah, I think you did tell me about her. Yeah.
But I was bullied, and I felt like I didn't have, there's that word again, my safety net, because they had a lot of these kids. Clicks. And one of the things I love about the American system is it almost seems like they're together in nursery, they're together in kindergarten, they're together, like they just keep going. So they know the same students, the same teachers, and it kind of shapes their education too. So it was almost like I'm an outsider, and not just an outsider from another state, another school, from a whole other country, other people, other language.
Way of life.
Even though we speak English, it was still very different. They were like, oh, your accent is different and all that. But then some people say, wow, your English is so clean. I'm like, we speak English in Nigeria. So there's a lot of culture factor. Quick, funny story. I'm in theater class. My teacher says, you go, so the game is you're paired up. Someone goes behind, you go behind the curtain, and they give, everyone in class shouts a word. They figure out a word or a character. So when you come out, it's almost like the Pictionary game. Your team member or your pair has to give you different words for you to guess what the character is. So she goes, lives under the sea. I'm like, eats beef yeah. She goes, eats beef patties. How am I supposed to know? I don't even know what a beef patty is. I say, is that mince pie?
I'm crying.
And then she flares up. If you, it's SpongeBob. Don't you guys watch SpongeBob in Nigeria? Whoo!
Said that to you.
I'm looking at her like, first of all, we have all these cartoons in Nigeria. I just don't. I hated SpongeBob. I used to feel like, what is?
I hated SpongeBob.
I remember Ekene and them when we go to Kester's house. Their little cousins are watching. I'm like, what are they? What is this? So in that moment, I said, I wish I used to watch this thing now.
I'm crying.
So yeah, just a story about that.
Nah, that's actually so good. In fact, like that's gonna be a different episode where we talk about bullies, like bullies. With immigrants or no, we're not immigrants, but
we kind of
no, okay, yeah.
Our parents
FOBs, are. I got a new word, FOBs, fresh off the boats.
Yeah.
So, bullies and FOBs as a case study. That would be a different episode. Wow. You're supposed to do the palm now. Remember? So yes, that would be a whole different episode because there's a lot to unpack with that.
Yeah.
But wow, but yeah, yeah, because I think for me, I have my own stories too when it comes to bully. That's a different jive. But I think us going to the same schools at first I think it was good. It was like a comfort for me when I got signed up into Urban Science Academy. I'm like, okay, Sonia went to this school. Okay, cool. That's what mommy was saying. Yeah, she knows all your teachers, and I'm like, okay, no, Allah. So when I now went, starting the first day, first teacher I met was Mr. Mueller.
Oh,
I know you're about to have so much. What's it called? All the names.
Oh, Mr. Mueller, bless him.
Yeah, but and then I think Mr. Mueller ruined it for me.
You know, his email is still my secondary email in my Gmail because he set it up for me.
I'm crying. He
Over 10 years
ago. He probably gets notifications. But so no, for real, it was like I think he ruined it for me because before I could say any word. Oh, I knew your sister. Your sister was good.
I was a great student.
Excuse me. She was. Oh, she did debates. I think you should try debates too. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Like, fam.
And then you
like at that point I was like, okay, I don't think I'm enjoying this so much.
And then you did debates. I went there and killed it.
No, see him.
I was doing things that I never could have dreamed of. I was like, is this the same debates tournament?
No, but that's the thing though. I was fine with that. I enjoyed that. But this is true story. There's no way. There's no way. I enjoyed that up until I started thinking like, raw, am I actually a great student? Am I actually, this is so real. Like, but not,
really?
But yeah, it was like, it wasn't really second guessing myself. It was just more of checking myself to see where I'm actually,
Because you felt like they kept comparing us?
No, because I felt like I was walking in your shadows. You know what I mean?
I didn't even know I was tall enough to leave a shadow.
Oh my God, be serious for once. But no, like I'm being so serious. And the funny thing is, like, I was actually deep in it like that at that young age.
Really?
Yeah, I was like but it wasn't like anything against. It was just me trying to
internalizing those things.
Exactly, internalizing and making sure that you are learning for yourself and you're building what's it called? Your own what's the word? Your own personality, your own interest. Because debates was because Sonia did debates, right? Other things that they were trying to rope me into. Oh, this scholarship, Miss O. Your sister did this. I think you should try. So
Posse.
It was exactly Thank you. I was in Posse too. Like I went to the last round.
Same.
Posse, everything and all that jazz. So I was like, okay, I gotta make sure I don't end up at UMass Amherst. I swear to God, I actually said that to myself. Like I was like, okay, because that would be the first institute I would go to where I would start on a clean slate.
Oh wow!
You know,
it's wow. That's so interesting. Thank you for sharing that. That you bring that up because again, like you said, I had long left the school, so I didn't know of these pressures.
The effect that you had on me.
Hello, it's not my fault that I'm a great student. Now, two things to say about that, because I do believe that a lot of Nigerians, and even though we're talking about Nigeria because we're Nigerians, I would also assume that, I hope it's safe to assume that even other students, immigrants from other nations feel this way. Yeah. It's almost like you know a lot. So we've covered that. But then you come to this space and there's this imposter syndrome that happens. You're like, okay, wait. Am I actually good enough? Is my accent, because now all of a sudden you're the only one with this accent. Yeah. Until you find your people and your friends. Yep. But you start to question yourself. And those things, they start out very small, like you said. And then it starts to seep in. And then it starts to make you question even the thing, because you like debates. You're excellent at it. You were excellent at your...
echo that again?
The same way I was excellent.
You're not coming back on this show.
Oh, honey.
She said, that's fine. I already made my mark.
I'm gonna
Yet again, imposter syndrome. Sorry, continue.
You already told me our next topic. We're talking about bullies.
No, I didn't say it was with you. I said it was a good...
Honey.
See, I can't got your tongue. He shocked you. No, I'll probably be with you, but continue.
Yeah. So you start to feel those ways.
Yeah.
But then you have to make sure, like you said, find things for yourself. Take a step back. I always say take a pause. What is it about me that makes me unique? Now, as you continue to make those evaluations, you will find out that there are similarities. I do debate, you do debate.
Basically, in a nutshell, you talk too much, I talk too much.
Debate is not only about talking too much, and if you've done debate, you know that you can talk too much and say absolutely nothing.
Facts.
And
the funny thing is, we've done that.
Bro, I remember one time they asked us, you know how you don't know the topic sometimes? Sometimes they send the topic and then you have to study. Sometimes you don't know.
No, facts.
We're supposed to talk about water regulation. What the heck do I know about water?
No, my own was Cuban embargo. Sonia, when I tell you, now this is a very hot moment. Honest, open, and transparent.
You just kept using the word embargo.
No, that was... This is actually very bad.
Bro, memories are flooding my head.
No, for real. This is actually when I first...
You will be sweaty. In the winter.
No. Your hand is cold. Your fingers are cold.
Especially when you know how you take the train to that place, then you walk down to your center, and then you get there.
No. I'm talking about the shock of not knowing what you're about to say when you stand up. When is your turn? After you don't floor rubbish.
And you know how it's even worse when if you know the topic, but then you know the topic, and then they tell you that you're not on the affirmative side or the side that you even want to argue. And you're not on the side that you don't agree.
You know what I mean? That made my team lose. Because I don't know what I was
at some point they have to go Maverick. That's debating
going
solo.
by yourself,
Because I'm like, I can't keep doing this to these people. And how I kept winning and winning speaker award, I have no idea.
I have no idea. I'm just very good at making you believe the rubbish I'm saying.
And that's a great quality of just believing in yourself.
You know why? Sorry to cut you off. Because FYI, I'm pretty sure you already know this. There's certain times, the same way you go into the debate or to the round and not knowing, the key arguments for that point or that side you're arguing on.
Your opponent probably feels the same.
No, not even. Your judge probably don't know. The judge probably... You know how I know? So, Sonia, I was called to... So by the way, when I left, I was 8 all time, speaker award. Excuse me, in the Boston area. If you Google my name, you see it somewhere there.
Him.
But anyways, I was called to judge. You know when they send the emails or do you want to volunteer? I was like, yeah, sure.
Same idea.
They gave me money. So suddenly I went. I didn't even know the topic. I just sit there flowing nonsense.
But you know why I love that? You have... No, there's no way you didn't put your phone on D&D.
All right, so you guys already know. It's not a chairman's content if one of the cameras don't die. Or technical difficulties, so I apologize about that. For those of you guys watching on YouTube.
If we don't continue from where we stop...
Shall I take it from anywhere?
Anywhere, please.
Honestly.
No, but I think I was talking along the lines of... Hold on, brain freeze.
Okay.
I think I was talking along the lines of the debate where it's very indicative. Oh, yes, this is exactly where we stopped. It's very indicative of how the world is. Sometimes you're talking to people that are laymen on the subject you're talking about. They don't understand the jargons you're speaking. Right? So it's not always about the information, sadly. And we see that even in the news. Nobody cares. That's where the whole craze about fake news came from. But how authentic is this person that is speaking? And that's what the judges are really looking for. How are you confident about... Sometimes you'll be called on to speak about something you may not understand. And you have to do things on the fly. That's what life is about. Right? And
that is so true.
I won't blame the judges that much.
Like me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's actually so good, man. That's so good. That's
also
so good.
Bringing it back. Indicative of us as Nigerians too. Because when we first came, we didn't really know a lot about why haven't I just given you this? Sorry for how you will edit this video. We didn't know a lot about what American issues, and so we had to learn on the fly too. So I think debate also helped.
Yeah. No, that's so good. That's so good. And I think, also like in the point that I gave, like crossing your, like stepping in your shadows, I don't think that was too bad. Because, going back to that point, I think what I was just concerned about was, okay, do I really have good people skills? Do I have the ability of, creating a community for myself without being, blurry, where it's like you're there but you're not really there.
So you thought I did those things, you wanted to make sure that you could as well. No,
I'm saying like just say your shadow was what I was living in. No, I was not being funny, but like your shadow was what made me, not what made me, but your shadow made it easy, if that makes any sense.
Oh, I see.
Exactly. That's the whole point of me second guessing and questioning. Okay. Is like your shadow made it easy for me to walk in that path. But like my thing is, can I create my own path for myself? Can I? What does it look like, Ezra, in the whole school by himself, not knowing anybody, creating friends among faculty, among students, figuring things out by himself without somebody having to say, "Oh, this is good for you," or somebody just liking me just because they knew my sister. How do I bond? You know what I mean? So, and I think when I got into college, that was like okay, you got it now, and I think I got to realize that I am really amazing. No, honestly, I am amazing.
Don't hype yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Who will? All of you that heard that Dettol advert as Nigerians.
Dettol.
It's Dettol.
You know your face did. It's Dettol.
She said, if I don't take care of them,
who will? Oh, Famzi. That is a long...
I'm really Nigerian.
Time ago.
Like...
Wow. I think that leads me to my next question.
Nigerian.
What did you miss the most about Nigeria? Or about growing up in Nigeria? Keyword, growing up. Not something that's already set in place that you miss now. Like things like kilishi and all that. No, like growing up. Things that you did as a child.
Yes.
Life as a child in Nigeria that you miss.
I already have my answer.
Please, lay it on me.
But before I go there, I just wanted to say that a lot of, even though we're joking in between, a lot of the things that we're talking about are very real life things and very important.
Yep.
For even the younger people that are siblings of immigrant families, in immigrant families. These are some of the things to think about. Do I want to go to the same school as my sibling, as a Nigerian or African or immigrant figuring life out? If I do go to the same high school, do I want to go to the same college? If I do go to the same college, do I want to major in the same thing? Or my sibling already did it, so it'll be easier for me to just toe that part.